This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, hi everyone. Okay, we're going to speak about tefillah today. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I know what davening is. No, sorry. Before this year, consider it as if you never heard what davening is, because we're going to completely revolutionize what tefillah is. Most people think, what is tefillah? Tefillah is a way to get my requests answered. Actually, that's not even one of the purposes of tefillah. It's not even part of tefillah. Getting your request answered is not even actually part of tefillah. Chavos Havava says that there are 5 components of tefillah. One is to throw your burden on Hashem. It's an act of throwing your burden on Hashem. One is an expression of humility before Him. One is elevating Hashem. One is praising Hashem. So actually, getting your request answered is not even part of what davening is. So, how does the Torah describe davening? It says, let's start with this. V'ahavta es Hashem Elokecha, you should love Hashem your God, b'chol levavcha, with all your heart, which means your mind, u'v'chol nafshecha, with all your soul. Now, what does it mean to love Hashem with all your heart? Of course, love of Hashem is dependent on your mind. So we understand what it means to love Hashem with your mind, and what it means to love Hashem with your soul. To love Hashem with your soul means you would even be willing to give up your life for Hashem. So when it comes to the mitzvah of avas Hashem with all your heart and with all your soul, it's clear what it means. Love of Hashem is something in your heart, meaning your mind, and it should be done with all your soul, meaning even to the point where you would give up your life to serve Hashem. But then when we come to the second Parsha of Kriyas Shema, the pasuk changes something. It says, if you listen to my mitzvahs, to love Hashem, that we know already. And to serve Him with all your heart and all your soul. So now this pasuk is not just talking about the love of Hashem, it's also talking about serving Hashem. And we all know, what does it mean to serve Hashem? The Gemara Masechta Taina says, what does it mean? Ula avdai b'chol levavchem u'b'chol nafshechem. Eza hi avodah shebelev tefillah. Tefillah is avodah shebelev. So what does it mean to daven, to serve Hashem with all your heart, with all your mind? That we understand what it means to serve Hashem with all your mind. That means when you stand before Hashem in davening, it should be with all of your focus. Meaning, you should remove from your mind any distractive thoughts. Okay, that's simple. We know what those words mean. If you ask somebody, what does it mean to daven, ula avdai b'chol levavchem, to daven with all your mind? Everybody knows what that means. As much as humanly possible, to divest yourself and divert your attention from any distracting thoughts. But what do the next words mean? Uv'chol nafshechem, and with all your soul. What does it mean to daven with your soul? Did you ever think about that? Here, this is the one pasuk in the entire Chumash that talks about tefillah. And it says tefillah has to do with 2 things. With your heart. By the way, in Chumash, whenever it says heart doesn't mean the heart that beats. Heart means your mind. You know that? Whenever in the Chumash it says the word leiv refers to your brain. So I understand you need to daven with all your focus. But what in the world does it mean to daven with all your soul? How do you daven with your soul? What does it mean to daven with your soul? This is such an important question because this is the only information given in the whole Torah of what davening is. And we need to know, what do these words mean? How do you daven with all of your soul or with any of your soul? What does it mean to daven with your soul? And if you actually learn the answer to this question, then we could begin to understand what is tefillah. I'm telling you, you could go to 1,000 classes on tefillah, but they never come to the most basic question. What does it mean to daven with your soul? Okay. So what I'm going to share with you today are the words of the Nefesh HaChaim. Reb Chaim Volozhiner, who points out that tefillah is often referred to in Tanakh as nefesh. For example, by Tfilas Chana, it says, Va'eshboich es nafshi lifnei Hashem. I pour out my soul before Hashem. Or, Barchi nafshi es Hashem. My soul blesses Hashem. Or, Halali nafshi es Hashem. Why is tefillah called nefesh? Good question. We know that tefillah is in lieu of karbanos. What is the purpose of a carbon? The purpose of a carbon is yishach the behema. The soul of the animal is then offered to Hashem, and the one who is makriv of the carbon thinks that really it's my soul that should be given to Hashem. Okay, so a carbon, we understand what it is. We can't, so to speak, take our own life and give it to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We take the life of the carbon, and we think that really it's in lieu of my own nefesh. That's great. That's when you take an animal and you shecht it to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But what does tefillah have to do with that? How are words in lieu of a carbon? Okay? And this is the gist of it. This is I would say, the main idea of davening. And this is an idea which is the very definition of davening. And it's an idea where maybe people have learned it. It's virtually unknown. And this is not a good idea. This is not like a high level. This is the very definition of davening. So you could see people. They have very worn out siddurim. And they've turned the pages many, many times. However, until you know this, not only are you not reaching the level of Ula Avdei B'chol Vavchem, you don't even know what tefillah is. And by the way, once you know this, you'll be a step ahead of whoever's in the other room. Okay? Tefillah is called nefesh. What is our soul? What is our soul? What is our nefesh? Where is our nefesh? Now, here's a very important idea. We all have a body. We all have a neshama. Okay? But it doesn't say, Barchi nishmasi es Hashem, va'eshbach es nishmasi l'Hashem, halali nishmasi Hashem. We say, halali nafshi, barchi nafshi, va'eshbach es nafshi. So we have a body, we have a soul. Malachim are also a soul, they're not a body. Animals are a body, but they're not a soul. The nefesh is the glue that connects the body to the neshama. So how do you take a body, a behema, and connect a spiritual thing to it? What connects the physical part of man to the spiritual part of man? There's one thing. There's only one type of glue in this world that is capable of connecting physical to spiritual. And that is, there's one faculty that we have that connects the physical to the spiritual, and that is the faculty of speech. The speech of a human being is the nefesh. Our words are our nefesh. Every word you say is a piece of your nefesh. Have you ever heard, everybody always wonders, is this a legend? Is this true? It's true. There's a certain number of words we're given in this world. That's because our words are our nefesh. Our words are our nefesh. The nefesh is the entity that combines the physical to the spiritual. The reason why Moshe Rabbeinu did not speak clearly is because his soul was so lofty, it could not connect to his body. When a human being is born, the angel comes and taps him on the mouth. What do we call the final step of something in Hilchos Shabbos? Makeh b'patish. What's the makeh b'patish of a human being? The body forms in utero. The soul comes down from heaven. The two combine. The finishing touch is the tap on the lip. The faculty of speech connects the body to the soul. Your words are your nefesh. Your words are your nefesh. That's what combines your physical to your spiritual. And now we understand what tefillah is. You ready for this? The first step of tefillah is Ula Avdei B'chol Vavchem, to divert your mind from all distractions. You're thinking about, what do I have to prepare for Shabbos? You're thinking about, what do I have to do tomorrow? You're thinking about, what do I have to do for an hour? Before you think about anything, you need to take a moment to divert your mind from all thoughts about this world. Because when you're davening, you have to serve Hashem with all your mind. That means you have to remove from your mind all distracting thoughts. That's ula avdoi b'chol levavchem. You have to serve Hashem with all your mind. What does it mean b'chol nafshechem? You ready for this? This is not an idea. This is the definition of tefillah. I'm about to say the word Baruch. The word Baruch is my word. My word is my nefesh. I am offering my nefesh to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That is tefillah. It's not, I'm davening for someone to have refuah shalema, I'm davening for a shidduch. That's not really part of davening. That's not, if you cannot define tefillah as the laundry list of things that you tuck inside your siddur. That's not davening. That's not davening. That's a minor part of tefillah. Tefillah is the act of giving your nefesh to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's like a karban. No, you're just stuck over there for the next 4 hours. Okay. The act of tefillah, it's not davening for refuah, Yeshua, parnasa, zivugim. It's all very nice. It's all peripheral at best. What is davening? What is it? It's the act of giving your nefesh to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. How do you give him your nefesh? Your words are your nefesh. So you think, Ribbanu Shalom, I stand here in front of you. I have a lot of things to do today. I've already divested myself from them before I started. I now say the words of Shemona Esrei. These words are me. I have a guf, I have a soul, but my words are the nefesh that connects the body to the soul. The same way, if the Beis HaMikdash was standing, I would offer a carbon before you, and the soul of the animal, the nefesh of the behema, would be in lieu of my nefesh. Now I have another option of doing that, and that is, the words that I say, which are my nefesh, I offer them to you. It's literally a sacrifice of your very person, of your very essence, of your very identity, as an offering to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The word Baruch is you. It's part of your life. You were given a certain amount of words to say in this world. You're offering that to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ata, Hashem. So, first thing, you divert your mind from all distractive thoughts. Then, you're completely focused on unleashing these special words. That is your nefesh as an offering to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Some of the basic ideas of what you're trying to accomplish: humbling yourself before Hashem, praising Hashem, thanking Hashem, elevating Hashem, throwing your burden on Hashem. Will He answer you or not is a minor peripheral part of Avodas HaTefillah. So, this is not like a shiur. This is Yesoidei Ha'emunah. This is just the very basics of one of the fundamental obligations that we have and responsibilities in this world. And I don't want to even add anything, because I feel like if I add anything, it's going to take away. Because I know this is like a shocker. This is a completely, I don't know if you've heard this before. I've said this to men who've learned for 50 years. They said, hey, how come I never learned this? This is Reb Chaim Volozhiner, basic definitional of Tefillah 101. Yeah, how's that for a shiur? Yeah. That's, if anyone has any question. I think this is very important. And it's worth studying it inside and maybe listening to it again, that this is a pasuk in Chumash, La'avdoi b'chol levavchem, to daven with all your mind, meaning full attention, and all your soul, meaning your entire essence is occupied to offer these words, which represent your very soul, to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Okay, so obviously, it sounds very nice. Sounds great, it sounds wonderful, it sounds like a very high level to aspire to, but realistically, it sounds like it's impossible even to get to first base, because who could divert and divest their minds from distracting thoughts? Everybody knows that by the time you've gotten through the first bracha of Shemona Esrei, you've thought about 1,000 different ideas. You know, the way the human mind works is you start in Panama, then I think, oh, I'm in Panama. When am I flying back? I'm flying back at 7:30 tomorrow. That means I have to daven Shachris early. What do I have to do tomorrow? By the time you've gotten to the fifth word of Shemona Esrei, you're halfway around the world and back already. So, Reb Chaim Volozhiner has a very important idea. It says Ula Avdoi, to serve him, B'chol Levavchem. You know, the word Kol has two meanings. Kol can mean all, and Kol can mean as much as possible. So, if you could do all, that's obviously the ideal. And if you could do some, that is still a fulfillment of B'chol Levavchem. If you look at number 4 in the Nefesh HaChaim, he brings that throughout Shas, the word Kol can mean everything, and it can mean partially. So, if you're able to obviously divert and divest yourself from all distractive thoughts, and completely be immersed in offering your entire soul in these words, in other words, just think about it. The word Baruch is you, it's the word you said, it's your nefesh, and you're offering it, so to speak, as a karban to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If you could be fully immersed, great. If you could be even partially immersed, that's also a fulfillment of this. So, as a practical means, just to spend even one moment to, so to speak, settle your mind and to think about that what you're embarking on is offering these words to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that already is somewhat of fulfillment of B'chol Levavchem, because Kol doesn't just mean everything and all, it also means some. Okay. Shkayach.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.